We have swallowed all manner of poisonous certainties fed us by our parents and school teachers. If the race is to be freed from its crippling burden of good and evil, it must be psychiatrists who take the original responsibility.
La dichiarazione di Brock Chisholm ben rappresenta il violento attacco psichiatrico diretto contro il nostro sistema scolastico.
They actually said the purpose was social control, not to pass on knowledge, not to give him something so that he can go into the world of work.
Nel 1950 psichiatri e psicologi di tutto il mondo si riunirono alla Casa Bianca per proporre un totale cambio di direzione nella scuola pubblica.
The White House Conference on Mental Health in the 1950s was a landmark that served to bolster the idea that schools would serve their communities better as mental health clinics than they would as institutions of learning.
In the early 60s, the world of psychiatry started to really go places in this country. Little by little, it came into our schools, our educational system.
E dal 1965 divenne una disposizione di legge. Agli psichiatri venne dato via libera per etichettare e drogare in massa i giovani in età scolare.
A child is labeled ADD or ADHD the minute he can't sit still for a 10-15 minute period of time, or he talks constantly or ignores the teacher completely. That will get him and earn him an ADD or ADHD label.
Il sistema di etichettare qualcuno affetto da deficit d'attenzione e iperattività, ADHD, entrò in pieno regime nel 1987. In un anno 500.000 bambini americani ne vennero diagnosticati affetti. Nel 1994 la cifra era salita a 4,4 milioni. Come risposta a un diffuso allarme tra la gente per questa apparente epidemia di malattie mentali, l'Istituto Nazionale per la Salute, finanziato dal governo degli Stati Uniti, formò un comitato di eminenti medici e psichiatri per spiegare a genitori ed educatori cosa fosse esattamente l'ADHD.
I would like any member of the panel to describe a typical ADHD in terms of symptomatology. Mark, would you like to? Since you see them in your practice.
I mean, I think the panel has been frank, and the difficulties here are immense in terms of these. I mean, it is hard. It's very hard to know how to answer this question. They cannot, even when they are as if driven by a motive. There are some good clinical descriptions. And I think, I think part of the problem is the profession keeps changing the diagnosis.
At this time, we do not have a diagnostic test for ADHD. Therefore, the validity of the disorder continues to be a problem.
Ma quell'ammissione scioccante non fermò gli psichiatri della scuola. 2 anni più tardi, il numero di studenti americani diagnosticati affetti da ADHD balzò a 6 milioni. Oggi 20 milioni di bambini nel mondo sono etichettati con qualche forma di disturbo dell'apprendimento, una diagnosi spesso fatta in pochi minuti.
We would sit behind a two-way mirror along with the parents. We would then look at the child. We would do small manipulative activities with them to see where their deficit was. It was wrong what we were doing. We were looking at a 5-minute glimpse of this child's life and saying, okay, here you go. Here's a little pill, take it, you'll be fine.
Queste pilloline tipo Ritalin, Adderall e Concerta sono classificate dalla Drug Enforcement Administration americana come sostanze con un alto grado di assuefazione, assieme alla cocaina, eroina e anfetamine.
When I was on the Ritalin, it made me just feel like totally different, like I wasn't even who I was.
I was, flipping out, was twitching, going crazy.
I felt like I was out of it all the time, like I wasn't there, I wasn't human.
You're just a zombie, pretty much. You do what you can just to get by and just don't do anything extra.
My mother never teased me, but she thought I really had ADHD and I was wrong, and I had something wrong with me. So I thought she'd feel bad and feel sorry for me if I died, but then again, I thought that she would miss me a lot, and I also love her a little more than I wanted to kill myself. And so I stopped when I realized that.
L'abbondanza di farmaci da prescrizione ha creato una nuova fonte d'entrata per i bambini, la vendita delle proprie medicine ai compagni di scuola.
It's called kitty cocaine. They take the Ritalin and they just repackage it and they sell it on campus to the kids because it's like speed.
I figured if I was going to do drugs, I might as well make it worth it. And I ended up doing street drugs and then ended up getting into it really bad.
We're looking at marijuana and other things as being gateway drugs, and actually the so-called medications are a greater gateway drug.
The Ritalin drugs are backfiring big time because if the child is already disruptive and he takes cocaine, he's going to be a lot more disruptive after he's taken it. It is not going to calm him down.
Boom! She got on the drugs and her personality changed, her behaviors changed, they became erratic and dark and violent, and it was just a nightmare.
He kept having adverse reactions, becoming very, very angry. He could not control his behavior, he couldn't control his temper.
He was on 5 different psych meds, Prozac and lithium, and he was 7 years old. And he was unable to function. He would have rages and then crying and all kinds of just violent rages, grabbing knives and all of this.
The list includes 15-year-old Kip Kinkle withdrawing from Prozac when he shot 22 classmates, killing 2 after murdering his mother and stepfather at his home in Springfield, Oregon. 18-year-old Jason Hoffman on Effexor and Celexa when he opened fire at his California high school, wounding 5. 15-year-old Sean Cooper on a mix of antidepressants when he shot students in Idaho. And 17-year-old Eric Harris on Luvox when he and partner Dylan Klebold killed 12 classmates and a teacher in the bloodiest school massacre yet, Columbine.
E tutto ciò offusca la vera ragione per cui un bambino va a scuola: avere un'istruzione. Dal 1970 ad oggi gli Stati Uniti sono piombati dal 9° al 20° posto nella classifica mondiale del livello accademico, mentre durante lo stesso periodo il numero di scolari americani etichettati come affetti da disturbi dell'apprendimento è schizzato alle stelle e la vendita di farmaci per l'ADHD si è moltiplicata per 32.
Children don't ask for psychiatric drugs. Children don't ask to be diagnosed. They don't want to be called crazy. So you ask the classic Roman question, legal question, cui bono, who benefits? The people who make the diagnosis.